Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so I look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Yo, what's going on guys, it is Tom and welcome back to a brand new video in round 13 of my season 2 of career mode on F1 2016 here for the 2017 Spa Grand Prix. And as you can see, it's a very rainy practice session and a bit of a tricky one because I tried to do my R&D development tests and I've got to say I could only do the track acclimatization because I tried to go for the tyre wear test. And I wasn't really liking how it's feeling, and not just that, I didn't have much time, so I had to skip it and come back to it another day. I was trying to record this video in parts because I was a bit scattered for time in parts of recording this video. So I actually only did the track acclimatization in practice 1, and then we skipped all the way to practice 3, where the next thing I'll do would be the qualifying test. So no tyre wear test for this Grand Prix, just because I was so tight for time. And as you can see, we smashed the purple target in the track acclimatization, and moving on to the qualifying test on our first lap on the super soft in practice 3. As you can see, we're doing pretty well, but it's not going to be good enough for purple across the line, only good enough for green, so 30 points there. However, on the second attempt, second time round, we got the inside of Rosberg, Peanuts and Slipstream from these two cars ahead of us, and eventually we would get the lap nailed and we would actually hit the purple target and get 50 points in both track acclimatization and also the qualifying test. So that was a pretty successful practice session, but we're now going to move into the qualifying report. So moving into Saturday qualifying, it was a very overcast Belgian Grand Prix qualifying. As you can see, a beautiful shot here of the famous Eau Rouge corner, and then another famous shot here from the famous turn 1 going downhill into Eau Rouge. And Spa, just, you know, such an incredible track. My personal favourite track of the entire calendar, the track that I'm super quick at, you know, on every single F1 game, and it's the one track that I can always rely on and fall back on as my go-to track to try and get a good result. And as you can see, now currently in Q1, getting past the traffic of Jordan King, going through the final corner now into the bus stop chicane, and we're going to come across a lap, and our final lap in Q1 is going to be good enough for P2, so a pretty decent lap there to kick things off in Q1, just behind the usual suspect Kimi Räikkönen, who once again sticking his car in first place. So it seems to be a trend nowadays. Kimi just really consistent in the low fuel runs. But moving into Q2, you can see we've got Kimi actually pitting off into the pit lane as we finish our lap on the soft tire, just like Kimi Räikkönen also. So both going for the same race strategy. As we come across the line, it's going to be P3. So once again, just behind Kimi and also behind Daniel Ricciardo, albeit Ricciardo on the super soft tire. And as you can see, we comfortably get through into the final part of qualifying into the Q3 session. And we're going to ride on board now for the entirety of this lap around this brilliant Spa-Francorchamps circuit. And here we go, preparing ourselves for the first corner. Bang on the 100-meter ball, down a second gear. Make sure that you kiss the apex of the corner of La Source. Now trying to pick up the traction on the exit, absolutely crucial as we go downhill now. And we're going to prepare ourselves for the famous Eau Rouge corner, absolutely flat out, no problem whatsoever in these cars. As you can see, they're trying to get as fast as we can up the hill, trying to turn the wheel as least possible, to try and scrub off the least amount of speed possible and try and carry as much overall pace as possible through that section as we now go down the Kemmel strip, preparing ourselves for Les Coumans, currently half a second up, so an incredible first sector here as we go to Les Coumans, trying to kiss the apexes, getting a nice swooping run through here, it's all about momentum through this section, just making sure that the car on the front end sticks as we now go into turn 8 Rivage, the very famous corner known for its understeer, locking up the right front ever so slightly, trying to pick up the traction now on the exit as we go into turn 9, throwing the car in, trying to find the apex and also trying to be aggressive as he can on the exit, swinging the car out really wide as we now get ready for turn 10, the famous pull-on corner, one downshift, trying to keep it nice and tight on the inside of the track here, and now going once again on the power on the exit, run as wide as you can to use all the track possible, and now down a couple of gears once again for the Fagny chicane, the first pole which is a right-hander, swinging into the second pole which is a left-hander, trying to also use all the track at your disposal as we now come into the first corner which I believe is a Stavlo, and now into Stavlo number 2, trying to also go flat out through here, using all the track once again all over the curb here as we're currently purple in the middle sector once again, and we've got a massive cushion over Kimi Räikkönen, so this lap's looking really good as we go into Blanchimont now, and this corner absolutely flat out, no problems whatsoever, and we now get ready for the bus stop chicane for the final time in this Saturday qualifying session, down the second gear, kissing the apex absolutely beautifully, and then swinging it left for the final part, getting on the power nice and early, nice bit of traction, open up the DRS as we come across the line. It's going to be an incredible lap time to the point where we're over a second faster than anybody else, and over a second faster than our championship rival Kimi Räikkönen. Look at that, 1.1 faster than the Iceman, an absolutely incredible performance, and it's pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix in dominant fashion, and I can't wait to jump into the race as we start the race from pole position. Okay, so here we are then, it's race day for the Belgian Grand Prix, and as you can see we have pole position for the first time in God knows how long. I can't remember the last time I qualified in first, and not just that, I dominated qualifying, over a second faster than Kimi, and an incredible qualifying session. And this is partly down because this is my favourite track. Like I said before, it's a track that I really enjoy, and it's just a track that I can get straight on the pace, and just get straight on the pace, have a really good setup on the car, and just feel the grip and find the limits of the track very easily. And for this race, as you can see, this is a strategy we're going to be going for. I've custom made it for myself. I've made it because we are expecting rain towards the end of the race, so worst ways, I think I'm going to try and stretch out each soft tire stint around another lap or two, and also underfuel the car quite severely because I do tend to save a lot of fuel when I'm driving in first place because I like to short shift a lot. So that should be the strategy for the race. Worst ways, if I see that tire life is worse than I expected, then I'll switch over to a medium tire instead of a soft. But overall, that's going to be a strategy. We're going to just try and go for a one stop and then try and hang it out until the rain arrives. So it should be a fairly simple strategy. We've got Kimi in second and 2 Red Bulls behind us. So without further ado, let's jump right into the Belgian Grand Prix. Right, here we go then. 5 red lights are coming on for round 13 of the season, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go. We're going to try and pick up a good start off the line here. Good traction there, actually. Raikkonen has an absolute terrible start, and also got Verstappen now looking behind me in second place, just understeering wide at turn 1, picking up the traction now. Verstappen all over the back of me. Raikkonen dropping places left, right and centre. Both of the Red Bulls on the super soft tyre, starting much quicker than myself, and Kimi looking very racy early on here in this race. And I need to try and survive this first onslaught from Max Verstappen. If I survive this, then I should be good to hold on to the lead for a little while. But Verstappen's going to pick up the slipstream. Is he going to try and go for a dive into Lei Kumi? He's nowhere near me, and I think I'm safe enough to hold on to P1 for now, unless Verstappen launches one up the inside at a ridiculous corner, which now I say that, he's actually quite close to me. We've got a yellow flag behind. I think quite a big crash actually. I can see a lot of cars piling up there, so that might trigger some sort of safety car. And yes, there we go, there's a safety car literally on cue. We have a safety car in the Belgian Grand Prix, so I'm probably going to sit on this tyre for a little while, so this ain't going to change much in terms of the race order. So we're going to probably cut ahead to when the safety car gets underway for the restart. So as you can see, looking at a replay of what happened and what triggered the safety car, we're just going to focus on Lewis Hamilton, who's right in the middle of this mix. And look at this, 4 wide into this corner. As you can see, look just the contact everywhere, 4 wide. They're trying to make it work, but it just doesn't happen. And the Haas swipes across and takes out both Mercedes. Rosberg and Hamilton both being victim of the contact there. So both Mercedes not really happy with that, and I bet Toto Wolff's going to be really pissed off with that. But that's a very shocking incident. Okay, so we're getting ready for the safety car restart here. I'm backing the pack up. I'm on the limiter, so just waiting for the moment to go. And I'm going to launch my car and try and get on the throttle as soon as I can, as soon as I'm allowed to. And now's the time, so we're going to floor it straight away here. And we're going to wait now for the green flag to officially launch us, and then we're going to get on our way and try and pull away from this pack of cars, even though we are on a slower tyre. And Verstappen can be very racy, very dangerous in this first phase of the restart, but luckily I've got the gap out, and I think actually a lot of cars are pitting, including Verstappen. So it's me and Raikkonen in P1 and P2, so the Red Bull's bailing on that super soft tyre, and there's seemingly a lot of other people also on that tyre coming to the pit lane here for their first stop of the race. So a very weird time to do that, considering they have the safety car phase. So bit of a weird one there from Red Bull. I'm not sure what they're trying to plan, unless they're waiting for the rain to come later on, and they're going to try and no-stop it from this point onwards. Oh, Ricciardo's out of the race, so that's one of the Red Bulls out anyway. So Verstappen's the only one that remains, so Ricciardo's out of the Belgian Grand Prix on lap 5. So bit of a weird one there for the Honey Badger. So looking at a replay of what happened to the championship contender Daniel Ricciardo, the other championship contender alongside Kimi Raikkonen, going into Eau Rouge. You can see side by side with the Renault of Jolyon Palmer, and going through the corner there's contact. They both just missed the wall, but rejoining the track, there goes Ricciardo. His suspension is completely rips off on the left front, and that is him out of the race and out of the Belgian Grand Prix. Just going to get one more angle here on board with Valtteri Bottas. As you can see, we see Ricciardo and Palmer have contact up above, and then we switch to the back view and bang, there's the contact, and Ricciardo is out of this race. So, fast up of the race, and Raikkonen's coming to the pit lane surprisingly. So, those soft tyres not really lasting for the Iceman. I mean, I know lap 6 was a scheduled pit stop, or lap 5 for me, but the tyres aren't even worn because of the safety car. So, we're definitely going to pull off the strategy that I want to pull off, which was a soft, and then wait for the rain to come. So, meanwhile, Ocon doing an impressive performance, as he's just there in second place. They're doing really well. The Force India bringing a lot of upgrades this weekend, and a much improved car for a track that really suits their car. And also Stoffel Van Dorn, they're doing a great job from McLaren in third, or not Sainz now, because it was Van Dorn in third, so obviously he's been overtaken by Carlos Sainz, who's also doing a stellar job in the Toro Rosso. the team want me to pit, but the pace is pretty good, and I feel quite comfortable on this tyre, so we're going to stick on it for a little while longer. As you can see, fastest lap of the race, so we still got a little bit of life in this tyre, so we're just going to keep running it until I feel like the life is starting to get squeezed out of this soft tyre. Okay, so I'm going to pit in at the end of this lap. The tyres are still feeling okay, but I'm going to switch over anyway. I've just been given the call that light rain is 15 minutes away. Now, I've run the numbers. More or less, the rain's going to arrive around lap 20, so I'm going to come in for mediums instead of softs, because just in case if the track doesn't get really wet enough, I'm just going to run it to the end on mediums. I thought that's the safest option for me. So I'm just going to play it nice and safe and come in for a set of mediums, because just in case, based off of how long the rain's going to take, I think I'm going to need the mediums just to get extra tyre life, and also I may need to go to the end. So just in case I don't get disqualified for running the same tyre twice, I'm just running 2 different compounds to try and be nice and safe with it all. But as you can see, I've done my lap times. I think it's going to be very close with this sort of train of cars if I come out ahead of them or not. I've tried to push my hardest to try and come out ahead of them, and the question is, have I managed it? I'm going to get my foot down. Magnussen gets past me. Does anyone else get past me? We've got Alonso there. I don't think he will get past. He's going to be right on my chuff though, but I don't think he's going to get past me, so not too bad. We've only lost 1 place to Magnussen, who I think we might get past straight away here. As we try to go to the outside, he's squeezing me out to the grass a little bit there. Magnussen trying to go defensive. I'm going to squeeze him to the inside, make sure he doesn't make a move on me, and we've retaken P3, and that was a very short-lived stint in the middle of that train, which I believe Kimi Räikkönen is involved in. So as you can see, the extended first stint really helped us out there, getting the overcut and trying to get that gap out to the entire train behind us. And there we go, we re-inherit the race leaders, Ocon and Sainz pitting for their first and I believe only stop of the race as they switch over to the medium tyres. So there you go, the exact same strategy as what I'm doing, going for the one-stop strategy, and we're now comfortably in first place again with Valtteri Bottas and Van Dorn behind us. Okay, Räikkönen, so fast up of the race from Räikkönen, who's now in second place, I've just realised, so he's really crept up all of a sudden on the soft top. I'm pretty sure his tyres might be getting a little bit second hand now, so it's quite impressive that he's done that lap time. I'm doing very similar lap times to my personal best on this time. I'm not really pushing too hard, I'm taking it rather easy. I'm just trying to manage my tyres, manage my lap times, and take it nice and calm. The rain is expected to arrive in around 5 minutes, so I'm just waiting for the rain more than anything. So just doing our own thing, but Räikkönen trying to turn the screw a little bit and try and catch us up. Lance Stroll is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. Once again, a Williams retiring from the race. It's not the first time it's happened this season, so Williams really struggling with reliability this season, but it looks like it's not going to trigger any sort of safety car or anything, so luckily I think we're going to be okay as we set up personal best middle sector. So looking at a replay of Lance Stroll, and as you can see, riding aboard Felipe Nasr, and there you go, Lance Stroll's engine just goes at the top of Eau Rouge, so the Williams once again letting him down this season. There we go, Räikkönen pits, so I set my personal best lap of the race. I'm a little bit concerned because I think I could have probably gone to the soft tyre, and the rain has definitely come faster than I expected. It said 15 minutes, but it's literally like minutes away as we've got a yellow flag. I'm guessing this is for Lance Stroll, and there he is on the right hand side. So Stroll out of the Belgian Grand Prix is presumably looking like an engine failure, but now we're just waiting for the rain, like I said, and it should come any second. The rain has arrived here at the circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps, and it's drizzling at the moment. Heavy rain is meant to be coming soon, but I don't think it'll arrive in time for the end of the race. But the rain's arrived earlier than what I thought, so an intermediate switch may be needed. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the end of the race on these tyres. Okay, another car out of the race. Felipe Nasr this time is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. I think it's too late. No, never mind. It has triggered a safety car. So I think, because of the rain falling, this might be a good time to switch to intermediate. So I think that might be an option for us now. And the final replay of today is Felipe Nasr in the Sauber. As you can see, going through turn 8, bang, there goes the Freud power unit, and the Sauber DNF from the race, and Nasr very disappointed with that one, I must imagine, and that's him out of the race with only a few laps left to go, so heartbreak for him. Okay, so there's going to be 3 laps to go as we cross the line, and I'm going to come in for intermediates. I'm going to presume everyone's going to come in with me, because this was the slowest ever lap waiting for the safety car, and no, everybody stays out, so this could be potentially serving it to me on a silver platter. So no one's coming in for intermediates. All the AI are going to try and stay out on mediums. I think that's pretty much suicide. The AI tend to do this a lot in F1 games, but look at that, 1.7 pit stop, not messing around. We're going to rejoin in P6 on intermediate tyres, so I think this could be a pretty tasty couple of laps. I think it's going to be a full conclusion unless I make a major mistake. I think I should have this in the bag, because on intermediates with these conditions, I think it should be fairly simple. Okay, so safety cars coming in this lap. The funny thing here is that the actual rest of the AI can't catch up because the track's too wet on mediums. I think I'm the only person on track on intermediate tyres, so those on mediums, especially ones behind, they just can't catch up to this train. So it's going to be a 6-car scrap for the race win, but I think I might have all 5 of these by the end of the Eau Rouge complex. So as you can see, we're underway now. Went for the green flag, and we're going to get past Bottas. Oh no, okay. No green flag just yet. I've jumped the gun a little bit, but we're going to make a move now. And now everybody comes into the pit lane for intermediate. So there you go. Very poor strategy from everybody there. I'm actually going to pretty much have this race easily won here. So everybody peels into the pit lane for intermediates. And we've got 2 laps under intermediate conditions. And we should bring this car home quite safely. Okay, so here we go then. Through Blanchimont and it's back straight for one final time as we approach the bus stop chicane. And it's been a very dominant performance here from me today. The strategy was absolutely perfect. The weekend as a whole has been absolutely perfect. We even qualifying absolutely nailed on. And here we go, out of the bus stop, through the final time this race. And here we go, across the line to win the Belgian Grand Prix. A massive 25 points. And I've got a message for Kimi Räikkönen. And it's my time. My fucking time. So there we have it then, it's first place and 25 massive points in a rainy Spa towards the end of the race. And as you can see, it's a really good result for the championship, and well deserved 25 points after a dominant weekend where you know, we've dominated every single session. Obviously in qualifying, especially towards the first part of the qualifying, Räikkönen was pretty pacey, but you know, towards the end, especially when it mattered in Q3, we pulled one out of the bag. And looking at the Drivers' Championship, you can see that we're now back up into second place and only 16 points behind Kimi Räikkönen. So also a shout out to Esteban Ocon there with a brilliant second place. But Force India team to watch out for, good upgrades for them this race. But overall, the story is that we've absolutely dominated and crushed Kimi Räikkönen in this race, and Ricciardo the big fat DNF. So that's a massive swing in our favour for the championship. But nevertheless, guys, if you did enjoy the video, and a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you could subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, then that would also be absolutely fantastic. And all the links you need to know in the description down below. And also, if you haven't checked out these videos on screen right now, I do urge you to go check them out if you haven't done so already. But nevertheless, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.